This is the model converter that I built using the FBX SDK and a series of my own libraries. This is a command line tool and so has a somewhat useful help function that displays when you bring it up, and it outputs files entered. It reads in FBX and TGA files and puts them out as in the format that my model, my game engine uses. So that is set up like this. We've got a package header that says what's going to be in the file. Got a chunk header that contains verts, and that contains a model header that gives us offsets to the vert list and the normals and the UVs and the try list, which is the list of the reduced VBO indexing. Then it gives us another chunk header, which is for textures, and so that has the TGA in it, and that's got the TGA data, and then same thing again, TGA header, TGA data. That goes on and on for as many textures as we're including. Gets a little more complicated when we do animation, but I'll go into that next week. Okay. Oh, okay, there's a recording. Okay, so the last thing I showed was this setting up the version, running the model converter. Delete my file format, and I'm just going to make sure that this is not using my display animation. All right. And so we're just going to see how the model. No, first we're going to copy that into the directory we're working with, which I should have done programmatically, either a script or something else. And if we take a look at the where am I going? Test, paste. Ugh. No, okay. Oh, okay. So now we're here, and we have to pause. All right, so I have compiled and copied my model converter and the related libraries that I need here to the working directory. And this is the output from just running the model converter. It tells you that it requires, at the very least, the file in, and then you also have the options to include a specified output file name or any textures. And those work in either order. So, got a script set up here, so we're going to convert Astro Boy, a buggy, a Geth Trooper, a Space Frigate, and a War Bear into the format and include their different textures here. So we've got demo. And those are actually those are indications that it was cleaning up and wasn't finding anything that needed to be deleted. All the interim files were already removed from this type. So there was usually, because there was only a zip file created here in XUT, or only a DLO file created in the other cases. And so that worked. And we have now these files here, which don't include the buggy for some reason, so we can do that too. Alright, so I have got my files, and this is temp garbage. I'm just gonna dump these in here. I'll make sure that's all good. Yeah. Okay, so the buggy was already in here using my converter. So we're just going to forge ahead, and I'll rewrite my script after this video. Alright, so I'm just going to close my model converter, because now we're going to start looking at the engine. And this is just the where the camera rotates. So, alright, so we're reading in all of these files. And we can see that they have these bounding spheres, and that when they leave the thing we see rotating here is the frustum of the camera, and so when they leave the frustum by left, right, sort of behind the draw, or so, but yeah, you can see here above. There we go. And you can see when they're drawing using the main camera that focuses on these things. So yeah, the textures can be cycled. So let's grab one of these guys. So I don't have to struggle to find my grab distance. There we go. These are all of the different textures that are included. I think the buggy textures actually look kind of neat on the Space Frigate. But yeah, mostly just on the top. because of the way everything lines up with the wings. You can sort of see those two. This one and this one. Okay, so that is proof that my game engine works, that I have Culling, and oh yeah, so when it's actually it actually is calling the objects when they are when they're out of range and we're displaying from camera 1. But if it's displaying for the other cameras so that we can see the objects, we don't call them, we still draw them. But so that's how Mineverse Culling with the ritter bounding spheres and everything is set up. Thanks.